Alright guys, well, I have taken that, trying to clean the grease off of the screen that is underneath the hood of my oven and stovetop. There's my stove. And right in there is where this screen sits, and it catches all that grease when you turn your fan on or when you're cooking or whatever. And I decided to try this out. Now, this solution is the same solution I used on the walls. Superwashing soda, Dawn, and vinegar. And I decided to use a half a cup of soda and vinegar with a tablespoon of Dawn dish soap this round because I've got more water in this one. And I've submerged this into this solution for about 20 minutes now. And we're going to pull it out and see what it looks like. Well, it looks like it's doing a little good. Some of that area has still got a lot of grease on it, and some of it's clean. So I'm going to go ahead and, seeing as this is a fine mesh on this thing, I'm going to set this over here. And I'm going to take a cleaning brush, one of these or one of those nail brushes. They're really cheap brushes in all aspect. And I'm going to see what this actually does to this screen. I'm going to dip that in this solution over here, and I'm going to run this over the screen and see if this does what we want it to do. Not putting much pressure on this. You don't want to break up the screen too bad, and underneath this, I'll flip this over for you to see, it does have a foam backing that works as another type of screen to get any of the fine stuff in there. But so anyway, I'll work on this. See this nasty part here? Let's see what this does. Like I said, I'm not really putting much pressure on this. I'm very gently running this brush over this screen. Get along the edges here where all this metal is. And well, looks like this is doing pretty good. I mean, look at that. Isn't that amazing? I love this stuff. This stuff does wonders for cleaning, and it's not harmful. It's very easy to use. You don't have to let it sit for very long to really get what you want done, to cut back on a lot of other things. So I'm going to take this rag and kind of get these sides and edges here. And it's not toxic. I mean, if you're a mom or of children or pets, you don't have to worry about them getting sick, which is another thing that I really like about this solution. And I just love the fact that it's so easy to use. I mean, I don't have to let it sit for hours on end in order to get the cleaning that I want done, because I mean, getting the nerve and the energy to do as much cleaning as I am doing today, I don't want to spend 3-4 hours just trying to get something like this clean. I'm not putting much pressure on this. This is one of those microfiber towels. These things work awesome. Just make sure that if you're using separate chemicals and stuff, you have a different one for each batch that you use. Easily clean, throw in the wash, and make sure they're separate of any of your other clothes after cleaning something like this. But look at that. Nice and clean. Now I can pop this back up underneath there. It will air dry on its own. This foam won't take very long to dry. And I now have a clean screen free of grease, and I don't have to pay money to replace it. It took me 20 minutes to do this. I'm sure I didn't have to let it sit for full 20 minutes because you saw how that other spot came off pretty clean. It could probably use a little bit more with the brush, but not much. And there you have it. I hope this helps. Bye.